So you'll find out pretty quick, if you throw enough body kicks in sparring, fighting, eventually one's going to get caught. So if every time Levi kicks here, yes, we can check on the arms, and again, we can start to read it and it's going to get caught. Okay, so we have to know how to deal with it. The first one is how we retract the leg. One more time, Levi. Now the leg can't go back where it came from, like it traditionally would, because the arm is blocking that path. So all we have to do is change the way the leg is coming back to the body. So rather than this trajectory here and then return in this way, I'm going to open the heel and the knee and then pull the knee towards. So rather than back and forward where it came, open it, pull it back. Now, obviously when you're sweating and everything, this is also going to help, but we're going to try and time this so that we've got the space to pull the foot out. If he catches it and it's nice and tight, we'll deal with that in a minute, okay? So when you drill this, your partner is going to catch it slow and loose so that you get a chance to drill it. So if you just land a kick, so when I go to catch this, I'm going to leave it quite loose. So Levi can open his knee out, exactly, and pull his knee towards to release the leg, okay? So as a drill, nice and slow, I'll catch it nice and loose, exactly. And the habit of this one, when the person's drilling, is they don't commit to the kick. So they want to pull the leg back, they go to throw the kick, and they just pull the leg like this. It's not what we want to do. We still want to land the kick. So Levi is going to land, and then open it, retract, exactly. Once he gets the hang of it, as soon as it lands, he's going to whip it back, he's not going to wait for me. Exactly. And again, into you. So we land it and we pull it back, open heel, open knee, knee to chest. Like this. Now, if he does manage to catch it a little bit, which is natural, like the foot obviously widens a little bit here like this, the goal is just to escape the heel. And now I can use this on his hip, just to push away. So it's natural, sometimes we're just going to slide it right out, like I said, especially when you're sweaty. If he catches it a little bit, we aim to escape the heel and push away. Now, some guys, you can aim for this and nothing escapes, okay? We're still going to use this motion of pulling the leg back. So what I'm doing here, like I'm pulling my knee towards me here, chambering up, so I'm pulling back. So it's the same motion, I still want my leg, and you'll notice here, like I'm pulling him in as well. So what I'm doing here is loading up for the right straight. So if he catches, I've turned and I can't escape my heel, I pull it in and I match that. So as he comes in, then we'll score. And then we can lead into all the other things we're going to do. He might even just bail on the leg, because he's not comfortable with this. So if I land, I can just pull it back right away. So he's going to grab nice and loosely. If he catches a little bit tighter and I escape the heel, I can push kick out. If he catches it fairly tight, I'm still going to try and retract the leg. I load up by pulling the shoulder back and walk him into the straight. So again, from the kick catch, he's got a solid catch and I can't retract my leg. It's too stuck. So two major problems. We take care of this one and we control the posture. Now, this time, instead of rubber legging out, where he might have jacked up my leg like really high and I can't turn my knee inside. Now, number one, he was able to do that because his posture. It's much harder for him to do this now, okay? So this is key. Keeping his head down like this and this strong collar tie, okay? And I'm gonna make a quick change off. I'm gonna let go of this one that he could punch me with and change it to a collar tie. Now, he can punch with it, so I'm not gonna leave my head out this side. Okay, so I go from here. So I hide my head on the opposite side of his hand, and this one is going to go cup his elbow. And it's going to open his elbow, pull it towards. And you can see here he has no strength in his arm because his elbow is really wide, and I can kick my leg through the hole. This is what I want, my knee. When he's at my ankle, that's the most leverage he could get. Here he can really put me off balance. So when I open the elbow and I kick my leg through, now he has no leverage. If he tries to lift now, number one, I'm controlling his posture. Number two, the lever isn't that good. Okay, now I just create an angle. Some guys could still bulldoze me. They might still get a lucky chop of the legs, okay? So I'm gonna get the angle on the guy. And you'll see here I go from framing here to here. So even if he wanted to square up with me now, he's very hard to do. And I'm just resting my shin on his hip or his thigh. Depends how much this is hanging for him, how much he's struggling. So now we have that angle. If we just turn a little bit more, I could meet up my hands like this. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes in the gloves it's hard to get all the way through, but this is absolutely fine. I could just have a short whizzer here like this and just be pulling this up. But I keep pressure on the head, and now I have this angle, I'm next to him. And now my leg that he has controlled, I just start my motorbike and stomp it out. And then we can go into whatever position you prefer. So when he catches, I take care of the punching hand and his posture. I'm going to make a quick change off. I'm going to let go of his punching hand and I switch my head to this side. If he tries to punch now, my head's a little bit more hidden. Cut the elbow, pull it open and kick the leg through. And now we start to create an angle. So I turn this way and my frame changes to this side. If he tries to follow me, it should be very hard to do. I've got my whizzer here and I'm pulling up at the same time. It's putting loads of stress on his arm. He won't have that much strength. I could meet up my hands like this. If he's insistent on this and he grabs two hands and I have this nice angle, I can even start jumping into his knee. It's a really good example of Yves Edwards doing this one, knock the guy out. He's hanging onto that leg, two arms, just post. I know exactly where the head is. And down the knee. If not, again, we're going to go to that whizzer, create the angle, and stomp it out. Cover it, change off, create the angle, post, and stomp it out. So now he's caught my kick with a solid grip. So here, and there's no escape for my leg. So he'll be elbow deep. We don't want guys catching down here because it leaves too much space for what we want. So he's going to be elbow deep, hand up high on his chest. Okay, so this one. Exactly, that's it. So this foot is trapped. The two biggest dangers here, number one is his free hand. Arm off balance especially, yeah, he can straight. And foot sweeps. He can kick out my standing leg. Exactly. So that's what we want to take care of. So number one, I check this hand. Okay, I can get on top of the hand. I can post on the bicep. I can control the wrist. I might just leave it out there. But if he tries to punch, I might be on top. I might control the tricep if I can get it. It doesn't matter. As long as he can't punch you in your stupid face, you're good. The second one is to control his posture. He can still walk towards me at the moment. Yeah, he can kick out my leg. But if I break his posture, if I control his head and I make him look at the floor, all his work now is much harder. If he tries to walk towards me, if he tries to kick out, okay, and now I've eliminated the two major things. Now, I still want my leg back, okay? So, I'm going to turn my knee inside and down towards the floor. And when I do this, I keep this frame. Some guys will let go of this, they'll execute a perfect rubber leg, and they end up out of position, okay? So, cover, break the posture, turn the knee in, down, rubber leg out. I'm pointing my toes and dragging my leg out in this direction. If he tries to chase me now, I have complete control and I can easily turn and just clinch up. You can exit whatever you want. So when he catches, if he tries to walk towards me, I really break his posture. Now I turn my knee in and down and rubber leg out. And I still have my frame. If he tries to chase me now, I just turn. I can double up on the head or I can go back to this wrist control, tricep, double up, it doesn't matter. Okay guys, so this one's quite rare. We're only going to need to use it if he has good posture. If he catches my kick and I do a good job of blocking and breaking the posture, there is no need. I probably won't even be able to do this technique. We'll only use this one if he puts his hips in and his head up. Okay? So we need a good, strong reaction from this guy. So on this one, remember, I'm always trying to break the posture, not on the neck, up here on the head, so I'll really curl my hand up. So I'm always trying to fold the head. But he's going to lead with his hips and I'm going to turn my knee inside like this. Keep pushing your hips in. Exactly. So all I'm going to do is take a ride. He's pushing his hips forward so that his posture doesn't get broken. So I'm taking a ride on his hip and thigh. So my knee turns in, my shin is in contact, I'm still holding on, he's pushing forward with his hips. Exactly. Now, I'm not going to stay up there forever. In MMA, they're going to try and dump you to the mat. The main thing is, number one, I want to break his posture. Two, I don't want to get swept. So if he tries to kick that leg out, that's a lot of hard work for him. And once I'm up there, now I just become like a very strong anchor. And I just drive it back down. And we can go into whatever technique we prefer. And you'll see here, there's a lot of work for this guy just to keep his hips in and head up. So when he catches, here like this, and I cover, and he's really putting his hips in. Look, my knee travels to the inside, because I want to use my shin here on his hip. His hip and his spine will be that little shelf that I can rest on. He's really pushing his hips in. I can take a ride. The old school Muay Thai guys, they'll be up here like this. You have to be careful that they don't dump you on your head. He might try kicking out that leg like this. If not, when I go up, I come down heavy on the head.